welcome back to another video. Here comes Coleman. Whoop, knocking me down. So in today's video, let me show you these little friends here. I have all three, Loretta, Elvis, and Coleman. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be getting some things ready for the week. We have been just going, and I really want to go into this week feeling more settled and prepared. I want to make sure that I have a meal plan and everything in place for that, so we're not scrambling at the last minute. Hey, come here. We're having all of the kids over here for tomorrow night. We're going to celebrate my son-in-law's birthday, so I have a few things to get ready for that. They were all knocking me over while I was doing it. This man here is tired, so
always.
It's gonna be an early night getting ready for getting some extra rest for the week. A little backstory on all of our gardening. If you follow me over on another social media platform, I post more dailiness about things that I'm planting and things like that. But so you may have not known this. However, we had a freeze. Was that this past Monday? So we had a kind of late for us in the season frost. And my sister, I think I'd shared that with y'all, that my sister was coming in town and we were gonna get all this stuff done, and we had a great weekend. We had a great time together. We got a lot of my tomatoes planted, and I moved everything out into my greenhouse. All of my eggplants, all of my peppers, all of my tomatoes, and we had rows of tomatillos and rows of tomatoes, probably 6 in total, planted out. And the next day, there was a freeze and we lost all of it. So the only thing that I didn't lose were all of the perennials that I had started, and then some of my hardy annuals, like petunias and stuff that I thought maybe I would lose, I didn't. But all of my peppers and tomatoes were totally gone. And y'all, I had started so many tomatoes because I am opening a farm stand here at our home in April and wanted to sell plant starts. So I still have a lot of plant starts to sell. I just don't have tomatoes. So I didn't cry, but I walked around the greenhouse and felt really sick to my stomach because the weekend before that, my Evelyn was here and he's getting pans. She had taken everything out of the seed snails and moved them to individual pots that I then moved to the greenhouse. So it was like all this time and energy and work. So also I'm a little bit sad because in the past I've always bought my tomatillos from Azure Standard, and all of their tomatillos are out of stock. I have to place the order by the 25th for it to be delivered next week. And so I'm gonna keep checking back. I'm gonna wait until the morning of the 25th. I don't know if it's something that they restock or when they're out of a plant start for the season, they're out for the season. So fingers crossed. I haven't in the past had luck getting tomatillos to germinate. This year, the ones that I lost, I had a beautiful, I'll put the seed packet here, a beautiful botanical interest tomatillo, like a purple tomatillo germinate, and I lost them all. And I did the entire seed packet because farm stand. So I have a local garden center that sells botanical interest seed packets. They are typically in like private owned nurseries that I have found, and if they don't have it, then I'll reorder those tomatillo seeds online, because I was thinking back after I had the initial heartbreak that people do like a second round of tomatoes, because we can harvest tomatoes here like after that heat of the summer, you know, all the way through the first frost of this year. So I'm not gonna despair. I'm gonna keep thinking, well, you know, maybe people want to do container gardening all throughout the season. And so I'm just going to restart tomatoes and go from there. I am our local grocery store, our H-E-B. I saw somebody on TikTok had shared that they have all their plant starts for $1.75. You know, if you go to a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, they are charging so much for those tomato starts. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably get 8 to 10 to just get out in the garden to get ahead of it. Just some like beefsteak, Roma, and cherry tomatoes, and then I will start over with seeds. So this morning, Brian's parents came over and they helped him harvest the rest of our meat birds. So we have a freezer full of whole chickens, so I'm so thankful for that. And that, you know, kind of took up most of the morning. We went to my daughter Emma's house for a little bit, let the kids play. Brian helped Chris with something. And other than that, we've just been home today. I dropped some cookies off at church this morning. First, let me show you what Brian made for dinner. I saw this on a reel. So this is a tortilla that he put raw ground beef on and did some like burger seasoning. And then I made a, what's it called? A Big Mac sauce that I found the recipe online. I can type it up below, or if I can find the link. Sometimes I just print and don't save. So I'll link that below. And so we put a Big Mac sauce on it. The Big Mac sauce has like mayo and, not cucumbers, pickles, I cannot think. And a bunch of seasonings, ketchup, mustard. It's kind of like an orangey sauce. So he covered it with that, and then he put cheese on it. So we're going to fold it up like a crunch taco. It sounded good. It sounded good, we'll see. It sure smells good. It's a half a pound of beef per tortilla because I only have the big tortillas. So I'm gonna cut one in half and I can heat that up for lunch this week. It'll probably toast good in the toaster, in the air fryer. Anyways, so we're gonna get some things planned out for the week, get some things picked up. I need to plan out also what I'm gonna be baking for recipe testing. So far we have our cinnamon rolls, chocolate chip cookies, a Biscoff cookie recipe that we really like, bagels, and sourdough bread. I am not really feeling the sourdough, like making 30 loaves. I have no idea how these women do that. My goal is to maybe make 8 loaves, which seems like a lot when every time we open our farm stand. So I just ordered this little turkey roaster that Brian had kind of researched online. We're gonna try that this week. Anyways, we're gonna eat our Big Mac. What are you calling this?
I don't know. It's like
Create a name. Big Mac Crunch Master. So we're gonna go eat this and then we'll get started. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So if y'all followed me for a long time, you know that I discovered Quince about a year ago and have absolutely fallen in love with their products, primarily their apparel, and I have branched off in the last few months into their home items like their sheets and some tablecloths. If you follow me over on our sister channel, the Oso Edit, you see that we share Quince hauls often. In fact, I've got a Quince haul coming up later this week, but Quince this month shared with me some of their wellness items, and I am so excited to share them with you, and we have loved them. If you have been on social media at all for the last year, you have seen that these drinks, these superfood drinks, have become very popular. There's been a few that we've wanted to try, and when Quince came out with their own edition of that, I was very excited because we trust Quince as a company. We got this superfood greens, and it is a dry mix that you can mix with 8 ounces of water, and we have found that it is so refreshing. So Brian and I have kind of a rhythm and a routine through our morning. We start with coffee, and there's a lot of mornings that I have a smoothie instead of breakfast, but around 2 o'clock, we always either have a type of detox hot tea or kind of a little treat drink. I have made this superfood green drink part of our daily routine. This can fill nutritional gaps. Maybe you have been sick for a while, or you have a picky eater amongst your family, or you just know, okay, there's no way that I can actually eat as many green items, green vegetables, leafy greens, as is recommended. This has 78 nutrient-rich vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, probiotics, the list goes on and on. My smoothies that I typically make are not sweet. I don't add any sweetener. I use unsweetened almond milk, a lot of like avocados, protein powder. The protein powders sometimes have some sweetener, but this, when I add this, I mean, I don't really taste a difference. Sometimes when you add a lot of green, it can taste kind of earthy, and I didn't experience that. We did have this on ice, and we were really surprised. It's so green that when you first taste it, you kind of expect to not like it, but it's very refreshing. So this has, you do 1 scoop and it is 30 servings. So 1 bag will last 1 person. It's like a month's supply. Another thing they sent us was this Collagen Peptides Plus. And I was really excited to try their version. I have been on collagen for a couple of years. It's an easy thing to add to your coffee in the morning. It doesn't change the thickness, consistency, it's no taste. And collagen is so good and healthy for your body. So collagen can help with the visible signs of aging, which don't tell anyone, but I'm creeping up on 50, so that really appeals to me at this season of life. It also can help with joint and bone support, where if you're getting older like me, you know, I always tease my girls and I'm like, this is why you have babies in your 20s and 30s. Because when I'm a grandma and I'm active on the floor with those babies and I'm standing up, I'm like, okay. So having things that are added to your diet that help with bone and joint pain is an absolute must. So they also sent me, to get me more healthy and more in the idea of taking care of myself, a really great workout outfit. In fact, I had never on the Quince page searched some of their other categories of clothes because I was always stuck on their cashmere and their linen. So it was really fun to go on their website and kind of check out all that they offer. It kind of blew my mind how many things Quince offers. They sent me this high neck tank top that is flowy and breathable and great. It's a great length because it's not cropped. I didn't feel like my menopause belly was showing. I am in love with this oatmeal colored legging. They are so silky soft. They have a kind of a control top in the tummy. They are so comfortable. They're easy to work out in, move around in. You feel like you're wearing your pajamas. Love them. I love that they have 2 side pockets so you can keep your phone when you're walking and have your hands free. Such great quality. I have added multiple colors to my cart for the spring and summer. When I'm out in the yard, I definitely want things that are breathable and comfy to do those type of chores in. So I have loved seeing this part of Quince and experiencing it and knowing I can fully trust the quality. So excited about these things. Thank you to Quince for partnering with us for this portion of today's video. All of this information will be down in the description box below. The first place I always like to start to get our week ready is to get this kitchen clean. These huge countertops always seem to find lots of piles on them throughout the weekend, and nothing makes my brain feel more cluttered than to have a ton of stuff on the kitchen counters. I've seen some funny reels about the state of a woman's mind is based upon the amount of things on her countertop, and y'all, that is so true. So I always like to get started in the kitchen, have a kind of a blank slate for the week. We cook all of our meals at home typically, and so I feel like there are so many dishes. It's a constant rotation of emptying the dishwasher and reloading it. But before I can really plan out the week, I have to start with a clean kitchen. So I am thankful for this kitchen remodel that we did after the fire, because with this open concept, I'm able to see into the living room and still be a part of what everybody else is doing while I am in the kitchen getting all of these things done. And lastly, I like to clean the sink because that feels so good to see that it's empty and finished. So I got all the table and chairs wiped down. We had all the sweet grand boys here with lots of sticky fingers, and so it always is helpful to have that fresh for the week. And then here is a little toy that Elvis chewed up. If y'all have a recommendation for a dog toy that actually can withstand a dog, let me know down in the comments. I will be so thankful for that. If you notice my curtains are tied up, that is because the same little dog likes to mark them. So we are potty training still. He's doing very well, but this is just one area that we are lacking in. And then I also moved to my bedroom after the kitchen was clean. Evan loves to set up his car mat and all the cars right here on my big leopard rug. For whatever reason, this is just his choice place to play. So I trip over them overnight if I don't pick them up. So I wanted to get our room clean for the week too. I always feel like having our main bedroom clean just makes it such a good escape at the end of the day. And so I turned on Living It Country's spring home tours again and folded the laundry and got the room picked up and reset for the week. And just having those two main spaces really helped me feel prepared. Okay, it's the next morning. I just got some yogurt going in the Instapot. I just poured a gallon in. I have it on a boil setting, and then once it's beeps, I'll bring it down to 110 and add our yogurt starter. So we always like to make a few things of yogurt. Brian made us some French toast with our sourdough bread. We're gonna feed our sourdough starter and make some pizza dough for the week. But yeah, so that'll be the last thing that we'll do to get ready for the week. I will put our menu down in the community tab. So if you want to cook along with us, you can. But yeah, so we'll show you the groceries when we get back. And we are both so tired. Our Evan got us up at 4 this morning and he fell back asleep. He's already up again. It's about 8:30. So we're gonna have a big breakfast and then go to the grocery and come back and hopefully have a relaxing day at home.